motherfucker.
What's going on, guys? A constant that I like to keep in homebrewing is learning and adopting new methods and techniques. Bottling is no different. I'm constantly taking in new information on bottling and improving my own methods as I go. So I wanted to show you my complete technique on bottling wine, start to finish. It's not perfect, and I don't want this video to come off as strictly informational because a lot of what I do while homebrewing is my own personal preference and the things that I feel comfortable doing. This is just what I do, not what you should do. Not that you shouldn't do this, by all means go ahead, but this isn't the end-all, be-all regarding bottling. In this video, I'm bottling 6 gallons of Chardonnay. Firstly, as always, we taste the wine. I did this off screen, but it tasted good, so we proceeded with bottling. Next, we're going to clean and sanitize every piece of equipment we're using. Clean and sanitize being two separate things. For equipment, surgical tubing, bottling bucket, funnels, and stuff, I use a no-rinse cleaner. In this video, I'm using one step to sanitize. For bottles, some of my bottles have been used before and have some staining on them, so I'm filling them halfway with scalding water, shaking debris loose, and sanitizing with one step afterwards. You know the deal, man. Clean your shit, sanitize your shit. It's simple. Any equipment that you see me using that hasn't been sanitized on screen has been sanitized. Forgive the blurriness, just pretend I meant to do it and it's artistic or something. Ooh, ready? Watch this. A little tech to step up your drain game. Spin the bottle while it's emptying and it makes a vortex that pulls the water out. Pretty cool, right? The next step is to remember that it's 10 o'clock at night and that you haven't eaten anything yet, so make your dumb fat ass some microwave taquitos. Next, I get my corks soaking in hot water so that they're a little more malleable when time comes to cork. After that, I do late stage racking from the carboy into a bottling bucket. This provides the wine with one final rack while also making it easier to fill the bottles once the wine's in the bottling bucket. I, of course, make use of a siphon hose. A lot of these actions happen in tandem. As the wine's racking, I'm sanitizing bottles. As the bottles are drying, I'm preparing for pasteurization. The on-screen order is actually overlapped a bit. Oh, that's clear. Nice. Nice fucking job, you idiot. Once a decent amount of the wine has been racked into the bucket, I begin bottling, simply filling up the bottles to the bottom of the neck. Then I reminisce about when Iron Chef was good.
It was just them four, wasn't it? Bobby Flay, Masaharu Morimoto, Kat Cora, and Mario Batali? Yeah. It was back when Iron Chef was good.
Fill up all the bottles and make sure that I have a little towel under the spigot so I don't spill nothing. Then I talk about how much I love Alton Brown.
Alton Brown is, without a doubt, my favorite celebrity chef. Yeah.
Around this point, I'll take a final gravity measurement with a wine hydrometer to calculate the alcohol by volume. I know I've said some awful things about wine hydrometers before, but a wine hydrometer, which nobody has time for. Fuck it. If you've got one, stick it up your ass. I would like to take that back. Wine hydrometers are cool and good and useful, really useful. Next, I continue racking and prepare for pasteurizing what I've already bottled. So, there are a few methods to halt fermentation in a batch. Two that I've used and can recommend is the use of potassium sorbate and pasteurization. Both methods make it so yeast stop converting sugar into alcohol. Why do we need to halt fermentation before bottling? It's because the bottles will explode. Gas is created without an outlet and the corks pop. There's nothing wrong with adding potassium sorbate, but what that actually does is just makes it so the yeast can't eat or reproduce. They're still alive. Pasteurization is the only method that actually kills yeast. So what is pasteurization? Basically, it's bringing your wine to a temperature where the yeast starts dying, around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's how I do it. I get a tall pot, that reaches taller than the bottom of the necks of my bottles, and then I put the bottles in and fill it with water. Then I put it on the stove and cover the tops of the bottles with tinfoil, turn the heat up with a thermometer pierced through the tinfoil top of one of the bottles. I monitor it until it reaches 170 degrees Fahrenheit, give or take. Then I turn the heat down and I let it stay around 165 to 175 for 30 minutes. After that, I remove the tinfoil, move the bottles so that they can cool completely back down to room temperature. Then I put in more bottles and continue the process until each bottle is pasteurized. Pasteurizing takes a while, so in the meantime, this is when I like to make my labels for each bottle. I write the grape, the month it begun fermenting, and the month it was bottled and pasteurized, along with the ABV and my signature. A little bit of proof that each bottle has my approval. Once our bottles are cooled, we begin corking. I used to cork with a hand corker, but have since evolved to a standing corker, which operates very simply. Put the bottle on the jig, drop in a soaked cork, and press down. Easy peasy. I repeat this process with each bottle, go ahead and apply my labels, and that's it. I hope this video gave some insight into the bottling process for winemaking, which may seem daunting when you first begin homebrewing, but it's a really simple process where the main goal is just to make sure that your wine is prepared to have a long shelf life. With the dead yeast and the wine airtight, you should be well on your way to start aging them. Thanks for watching. To be honest, I started this channel to make fucking anime reviews or something. I just happened to have wanted to make a video on my wild fermentation technique, and I'm gonna keep making homebrewing videos until it stops being fun, which it hasn't yet. I make videos when I want to do homebrew stuff, not the other way around. So I'm gonna try and stop getting into the habit of promising new videos, but it should be known that I have a lot of ideas and recipes that I want to try. Watermelon wine, blackberry wine, dandelion wine in the summertime, even stepping outside of wine. I had a lot of success. I recently made a hard cider, and I want to dip into meads and sakes and beers. My point is that I can't promise regular uploads, but I do hope that you continue to follow me into my journey of homebrewing. Thanks for sticking around, and if you want updates, be sure to follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Once again, thank you for watching.